I woke up today with the most incredible feeling. I open my eyes and I just get this wave of excitement and jitteriness and eagerness to celebrate. And this feeling of like, I am so excited to celebrate. And I feel like I deserve to celebrate today. And it wasn't because I had some fancy surprise party planned for me or because I knew I was going to be showered with gifts from all the people that love me, but because I woke up today. Already the tears. I woke up today and I turned an age which up until today felt very far away. And for the past few previous birthdays, turning a year older was stressful for me. It felt like I was further and further away from where I thought I was going to be or where I thought I was meant to be. It made me feel like I was 3 steps back. It reminded me of all of the trauma and the hurt that I was going through. But this birthday was different for me and it felt different from the start. And I knew as soon as I started thinking about this birthday that I wanted it to be special. And I didn't want it surrounded with a lot of noise. I didn't want it surrounded with people I didn't care about or places I didn't care to be or distractions and all of this stuff. I knew that I wanted it to be special. I knew that I wanted it to be a celebration with people I loved and I cared about. And I knew that basically I wanted this birthday to be spent alone for a lot of it. Or the only person I really cared about making plans with for real was my mom. Just a one-on-one dinner to celebrate how far I've come. And besides her, I knew that I wanted to celebrate with you. I knew that I wanted to sit down. I just felt this like drop in my shoulders. And I felt myself say, there's no place I'd rather be. That's the feeling I wanted, just to sit down and be with the people that are important to me and do the things that are important to me and represent myself in a way that's important. Because for so long, for so many years of my life, I wasn't representing myself in a way that felt important. More importantly, authentic. I wasn't taking care of myself in the way that I deserved to be taken care of by me, because the treatment others give you starts with yourself. And regardless of if the people in your life are treating you excellently or poorly, you're the one that decides what you tolerate. And if you're not happy with something, it is your actions that will determine whether the other person believes that they can get away with treating you that way. And so today I wanted to celebrate the amount of growth and hard work that I have put into myself to make sure that my boundaries are firm, my boundaries are clear, and they're ones that I uphold and upkeep and honor with myself. I'm no longer worried about what others might think. I no longer feel guilty for having a standard in place if I know that it might upset someone. I'm no longer forcing something to fit in my life when deep down I know I'm better than it, or I've outgrown it, or I deserve more, or I know I can be more. I don't care. I don't care anymore. I turned 21 today and I feel like my frontal lobe has developed more and more and more. The past 2 or 3 days have been very emotionally hard for me. I've done a lot of reevaluating, reassessing, lots of questioning, lots of observing of the people, places, things, patterns in my life that were there and whether they really deserve to be there anymore. And certain circumstances really opened my eyes, shook me up a little bit, ruffled my feathers. The Jenga pieces at the base of my tower have now fallen. I've had my tower moment. And I said, I don't want this anymore. And whereas before, when I would question these scenarios, I would think to myself, maybe I give it grace. Maybe I, hold on because that's the right thing to do, whatever. Or again, I felt guilty for thinking that, no, this is not something that I need in my life anymore. Maybe this has run its course. I used to feel guilty for thinking that before, whereas now I swear it's a 180 night and day. I'm 21. I'm in a new chapter of my life and I don't care anymore because nothing is worth the price of my peace. Nothing is worth the time and energy, my sacred time and energy, that if I wasn't giving to these things that were causing me to self-harm, to sacrifice myself for, I would be using that energy to do exactly what I'm doing right now. To better myself, to learn more, to be more, to do more, to help more, to love more, to lead more. I would be prioritizing the tasks, the hobbies, the efforts that ultimately my, let's say, 22-year-old self would have, or my highest self would have. The version of myself that has everything she wants would focus on these habits rather than entertaining things that she knows she's better than, or more than, or she knows there's more out there for her. I really sat down with myself yesterday, the past few days, and I cried, and I felt exhausted, and I let myself feel the depths of this rut that I was in or I was placed in and really sit with it and sit with the uncomfortable feeling, sit with the questioning, sit with the shock, sit with the hurt, really feel it. Feel like I'm in the mud, stuck in the mud, until ultimately I decided I don't want to be in the mud. This is not a place I want to be. And I don't want to be around people that make me stuck in this mud. In a metaphorical sense, I guess this mud is like the old version of me, these old habits, these old thought patterns, these people that know past versions of me that I have now outgrown. I don't want to be stuck in the mud with them and that version of me that they associate the current me with now. I no longer feel the need to associate myself with this past era just because it's been in my life for so long, or just because I have an emotional attachment to it. Do you know how much stuff, things, crud, dirt, trash, useful wastes of space really are sitting in your house, on your phone, on your computer, in your storage, physical or technological or mental? There is so much stuff taking up storage in your mind and in your heart and in your nervous system and in your body that doesn't belong there anymore. It doesn't belong to you anymore. And the only reason why it's there is because you have an emotional attachment to it. Oh no, these were my favorite shoes when I was 5. Oh no, I can't let them go. I can't let them go. Are you 5 anymore? You're not. You're 21. You are not 5 anymore. So yes, it's great. It's wonderful that you enjoyed those shoes at 5 and you loved them and they brought you joy. But now you're 21. And at 21, you like Victor Hugo vintage orange kitten heels, which were the shoes I wore tonight for my birthday dinner. You've outgrown these shoes. They don't fit you anymore. So yes, it's nice to reminisce and hold on to that feeling that you've attached to that item, but them just sitting there taking up storage doesn't serve you, because you could fill that storage space with something that you can enjoy now, something that brings joy into your life now, and not just the emotion that you've attached to this thing. You can get current real life joy. You can experience joy from having something else in your storage currently that fits you now, rather than these shoes from when you're 5 years old. Because newsflash, whether the item is physically in your reality or not, you can still tap into that feeling of joy. You can still remember and remind yourself of the love and the gratitude and the bliss you felt when you had that item. Because again, it is you associating this certain feeling and vibration to this item. It's not that this item carries it and then the second you grab it, oh, here comes the shock through my body. Oh, I'm feeling joy because I touched my shoes from when I was 5 years old. No, it's you sending the electromagnetic charge out of your body, out of your palms, out of your energy field, and placing your energy towards that item. You have the power. You are in control, not the item. And so when I woke up this morning, I was able to be carefree. I was able to be happy and detached because I no longer feel that my emotions that I have attached to my 5-year-old shoes are left with those shoes now that I've chosen to let them go and remove them from my storage space. I woke up this morning and I remembered that I was the one in control of my emotions the whole time. That I am the one who is now reclaiming her power and reclaiming her energy back to her so that she no longer is dependent on external forces to be happy or sad today. I've outgrown an era, and I've happily let that era go because I know that my peace is the most important thing. And how do I achieve that peace? By showing up for myself in the way that 21-year-old Brianna needs her to show up for herself, not the way 5-year-old Brianna needs her to show up for herself. But furthermore, I can honor 5-year-old Brianna by now showing up for myself at 21 years old, because I am showing up for the entirety of myself and no longer just 5-year-old Brianna doing what just works for her, staying stuck in the past and just the past and only the past. I am now able to move on to the future, to the higher frequency, to the higher timeline, because I am choosing to show up for me now And me now is also the channel and the portal to 22-year-old Brianna or 23-year-old Brianna or highest self Brianna. The present me is the one that can make the quantum shift, is the one that can change the timeline, change the story, rewrite what she believes is possible for her, what she deserves, who's in her life, what she looks like, how she acts, how she feels. This me now can do that. And I can't do that if the storage space of my old shoes and my old patterns and my old things that I've outgrown are keeping me tight, keeping me stuck. Do you know how restrictive it feels to be in a pair of jeans that are too tight, to be in a pair of shoes that are too small? It hurts because you know you're meant for something more. You know you're meant for something greater. It's not that these shoes are bad or my feet are too big. Ew, this is ugly. You just know that it simply doesn't work for you anymore. And that is enough to change. That's all you need. This doesn't align with me anymore. This doesn't work for me anymore. Okay. Gone. Next. What's the problem with that? You don't need any more convincing thought other than, I don't think I deserve this anymore. I don't think this is meant for me anymore. You don't have a court, a justice police saying, oh no, you have to stay with these shoes forever because these shoes are the best. No, cut your toes off, stay in these shoes. This metaphor is really getting out of hand, but you get what I mean. No one is telling you but yourself you have to stay where you are. No one but yourself is forcing you to stay stuck and stay stagnant and stay small. No one but yourself. And for whatever reason you feel you have to stay where you are, stay where you are, stay where you are, that's your old self talking. That's a lot of noise from a past version of you who didn't know any better and was only trying to keep her safe, who was only trying to survive. And guess what? Your dream life, the dream version of you, your highest self, she's not just surviving. You think the best version of you is living her life every day in fear, whether conscious or subconscious? Do you think her body feels tight all the time? Do you think she feels restricted in her shoes and in her jeans? Do you think she feels like that? No, she doesn't. She feels relaxed. She feels calm. She knows that she's on her path and trusting her path and everything will work out when it needs to work out. I don't need to stress. I like the extra room in my shoes because it means I have room to grow. I don't like to feel restricted. Why would I? We're not meant to feel restricted. We're not meant to be in survival mode 24/7. We're meant to live. And we can't live if we're continuously stuck in old patterns. Now, before I continue my thought, I'll say this. I wake up and I know I'm very lucky. I know I'm very blessed and I'm very privileged to have the family I do. All of the hiccups and the challenges and the obstacles and the fights and all the normal things that come with living a human experience, whether you're dealing with your family or friends or not, whatever, all of that is part of the journey to learn and grow. And so, yes, I've had a lot to overcome. Yes, I've had a lot of familial trauma and ancestral ties that I've had to break and learn how to gentle reparent myself and whatever else. But at the end of the day, I know I'm very lucky. I have a very loving, supportive family. I just went to dinner with my aunt and my grandpa and my sister. And I sat at the table and I said, I am so grateful for this moment. I'm so grateful that I can sit at a table with you three people and know that you love me and know that I'm supported by you and know that your hugs ease my mind, or I can talk about things and know that I feel safe. I feel very lucky to have those people in my life, and I don't have a lot of friends in my life. I never have. I've never fit in. I've never had a real friend or kept a real friend for a lot of time in my life. I never feel like I've had genuine friendships, and that's something that I longed for so long. And it's something that at points in my life I felt like I had. At points in my life I felt like I learned and growed and, found real love in other people. And it was a beautiful feeling. And then at the end of the day, it was a lesson. And it taught me how to come deeper into myself. And the more and more and more I've learned, and I've opened myself up to new people, and I've opened my heart, got hurt in the process, but ultimately learned and come back to myself, the more I become resilient and the more I become clear that the real love story is me. This is what it's all about. Using people, using the projections, using the mirrors, using the experiences as an opportunity to go deeper within myself. So I woke up this morning and I was so excited to celebrate. Not with anyone. I didn't know if it was going to be with anyone because, again, the only person I really wanted to plan a celebration with was my mom, and unfortunately she's not feeling good today, so I haven't got the chance to see her because she's been sick and staying at our other house. So I knew that most of my day would be spent alone, and I was happy about that, and I was actually excited about that, and I chose to make that happen instead of distracting myself, instead of trying to find people to do something or be sad that I didn't have anyone. I was actually happy and excited and grateful because it would give me the time to fully honor and recognize and hold space for how far I've come. because I can remember too, which again felt like yesterday. I don't know where the time went, but starting my healing journey at 15 and wanting a big party and being so upset when the group of high school kids that I thought were my friends all said, can't come, can't come, can't come, can't come, can't come. When they all decided for whatever reason they couldn't come to my birthday party or didn't want to come and celebrate me. That broke me. That hurt my heart so bad. All I wanted was to have friends and celebrate and get all the texts and have the attention on me. Ooh, so exciting. And me now, I'm like, why would I care? Why would I want that? Why do other people who have their own lives going on and don't really care about me at the end of the day or don't fully see me for who I am at the end of the day, why would I care? Or why would that impact my worth and my value and the highlights or the high of celebrating today, whether they text me or not, whether I see them or not? I feel like it actually takes away now from my celebration because energetically, we're not the same. So why am I going to be spending time with vibrations that are below me for the sake of having numbers around? No. I am the most quality of Michelin stars. The quality of my approval is what matters most. How I feel about myself matters most. So you want to talk about happy birthday? You want to talk about growth? You want to talk about I hope all your wishes come true? How about the wish that when I was 15 and I questioned whether it was worth it to keep living or what the point of all of this was, who spread herself so thin and sacrificed herself just for the hope, just for the glimpse, just for this small, such unfulfilling, unsatisfying attention of other people who really don't give a shit about me. The girl who just wanted to be chosen and loved and picked. What more of a happy birthday celebration is it to know that now I chose her and I held her and she woke up today and she has felt the best she's ever felt on her birthday. She felt the most excited today for this birthday, for the birthday that she knew she'd be alone for. That there wouldn't be friends around, that there wouldn't be family around, because that's not entirely true, but there wouldn't be a large crowd of people applauding her this birthday or distractions, going to a club. There wouldn't be any of that noise. But this is the birthday I felt most fulfilled for, most proud of, most whole in. It was this one. What better celebration is there than that? Knowing that I finally have reached a point where the most important day of the year for me is completely fulfilled and completely whole just by me being able to honor myself fully. Be there for myself fully, show up for myself fully, wake up, start my day with gratitude, start my day with love. The first thing I did after I opened my eyes and I saw these lovely balloons from my aunt, which I'm very grateful for. And that's why, again, I say I have such a loving family and I'm so blessed to be able to spend moments of my birthday and quality time with really awesome people in my life. Family that I didn't choose, but I'm really lucky to have. I see these balloons, which was a complete happy surprise. And I opened my eyes and I just, again, was so grateful to be alive today, to be 21. And the first thing I wanted to do was post on YouTube. So I posted a YouTube comment thing. I'll put it in here. The first thing I wanted to do was talk to you, was to create, was to share with my soul community. And this is the one thing I knew I wanted to do so bad. Did I film a video? I haven't sat down and filmed a video like this in like literally a month. And I was so happy and I was so excited to do that. And I know that obviously we're spending time together right now. You and me, this version of me and this version of you are spending time together right now. But for me right now, this physical me looking at a camera, it's like I'm not celebrating with anyone in real time when I'm filming this. So I'm really celebrating with myself. And this YouTube channel is a way for me to document and articulate many of my thoughts and feelings. And is a space for me to manifest and both set my intentions and release energy that I've reflected on in my personal life. It's a space for me to do both the healing that I need in my life, inwards, go deeper inwards, but also for you. And as an extension, just reach that out, right? But when I'm sitting here and I'm filming, it's just me and my thoughts. It's just me and my heart, and that's all. This was my birthday wish. Being able to sit down with my thoughts and my heart and my feeling and just be in this energy that I've worked so hard to be in. I'm editing a vlog right now that by the time this is up will be up on my channel, and it's me reflecting, and a part of my vlog, obviously I get very emotional and I cry probably the hardest tears I've ever cried in my life, but also the happiest tears I've ever cried in my life. Days leading up to my birthday, it hit me more and more and more that I'm turning 21, I'm turning 21, I'm turning 21. And I don't feel older in a bad way. I don't feel like, oh my God, life crisis, 20s, da 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 da. Being in my 20s so far has been a really beautiful journey. I think the mismatch in my head is that obviously time is a construct, time is not real. And our perception of time is so limited in terms of the grand scheme of what time actually is. And growing up, I was always told I'm so mature for my age. Oh, I'm wise beyond my years. I was always treated as older. I was always looked at as older. I always felt older, or just like I'm this old so. So I never associated age with my value or my maturity or my character level and development and whatever. Because I knew that it wasn't just like maturity comes with time and age. It's like, no, wisdom comes with how much intention and thought and energy you put towards going inward. And I dedicated so much time in such a short amount of time to going inward that I have this wisdom that a lot of people don't have or won't have for many, many years, right? And again, this is not about a superiority complex or me judging, because we're all on our own timeline, but being 21 and obviously a societal view, being 21 and accepting the age that our human mankind time span has put on me, makes me feel like I'm finally catching up to myself, where I'm at an age now where I feel like I look or act around my age, or there's less of a gap now between the shock factor of, oh my God, you're so wise and you're so this, and how old I actually am. Or being 15 and feeling so much more mature and older and just daydream about, oh my God, 21 feels so far away. I can only imagine what I'm going to be like or look like when I'm actually 21. And like, I'm actually 21 now. I'm actually here. And I don't know if my younger self would have been able to ever picture me being the person I am now. I think she would be shocked in a great way, because although my dreams have changed, my looks have changed, my passions and hobbies have changed a little bit, I'm still true to who I am. I've always been mostly true to who I am and just going deeper in that journey throughout the years. But I got caught up so much in the past with putting so much pressure and expectations on timelines and goals and strategies and places, and feeling like I have to be here and controlling every single second of it. So now just dropping my shoulders down, knowing that divine timing is real. And as my aunt's really beautiful card said to me today, I'm meant for amazing things, and I will do amazing things because I have the hard work and I have the talent. If my focus is there, if my energy is there, my intentions are there, I can't fail. I know I can't fail. And I've spent the past 5 years, half of my teenage years, all of my 20s dedicated to myself, to bettering myself, to honoring myself, to coming deeper within myself, to being more authentic, being more real, being more full of life, being more beautiful. And why I got so emotional on the day of my vlog and in all of the time I've spent self-reflecting recently is because I now realize that I'm at an age, which, like I said in my vlog, where I would have protected the younger version of me. I have become everything the younger version of me wanted and needed. And that goes for goals, the biggest one being this YouTube channel. It is a surreal feeling when I put myself back in this reflective state of, I'm sitting here with a professional camera, professional lighting, a professional microphone, which when I started my YouTube channel, I was filming on an iPad and then filming on my phone. And I'm doing this for a living. I'm doing this as a passion project. I'm doing this as my soul mission. Even this alone, this picture that I'm looking at right now, which you can't see, obviously, but this image of my setup was a dream for me at 15. To be able to do this was a dream for me. To have the amount of subscribers I had was, again, a very far distant dream. And I held on to every crumb and glimpse of that dream until the vision became clearer and clearer and stronger and more real and more real. I became everything that she needed emotionally, to be so firm in my boundaries and my standards that I no longer let myself break. I no longer tolerate and allow other people to cause me heartbreak. I no longer put myself in positions that I know are going to cause me heartbreak. I no longer stand for that, and I will vocalize that. And I have no problem saying that. And it doesn't make me a bad person for saying that. And I don't feel guilty for saying that. And I don't feel less than, or I don't question my character for saying these things. I know I'm a kind person. I know I'm a good person. I know I have a good heart. And standing up for myself does not shift that or change that or dictate that. I know that now. And 21-year-old me would have protected 15-year-old me who didn't know better yet. I've now become a physical version of myself that 15-year-old me could have dreamed of. The way I look, as a whole, my face, but also the confidence to feel like I am the most beautiful girl in the universe. When I look at myself, being so self-obsessed with my image, feeling so confident and full of glow, of this radiance that I feel inside, both inward and seeing that radiate outward. Just being fully sure of myself and how I look, and knowing I'm beautiful, and knowing that doesn't make me cocky, that doesn't make me have this big ego or this big head, because I use that beauty to uplift others, to share it with others. And I know that in my universe and in my world, I'm the best thing that's ever happened. And everyone else is just another version of me or another projection of me. If we're all different in so many ways, if there's never going to be a replica of me, how can I even compete or compare with anyone else? One, but also two, if we're all connected, what am I competing with? Myself? Okay, let's compete with myself today versus yesterday. This lower vibration of me versus the higher vibration of me. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Let's do that. Keep on lifting up, eventually to lift up other consciousness. Turning 21 has really symbolized for me, I may not be everything I want to be, but I'm everything I wanted to be 5 years ago. I may not be everything I want to be now, this version of me. I may not have everything I want to have now, but I'm everything I need to have. I'm everything I need to have to get there. I'm everything I needed 5 years ago. I'm everything every other past version of myself needed. And trust me, again, as someone that has a very small circle, but a circle full of so much love and experiences where I understood what it felt like to fall for somebody else and go on that chase and feel chosen by someone else, or always reach to feel chosen by someone else, I can tell you that there is no better feeling than the feeling I have right now. The feeling of wholeness that you simply cannot get from chasing another person. How can you? No one else is able to see you fully and as deeply as yourself when it's just you and yourself. You and your thoughts, no distractions, no noise. Just you and your heart. Just you and your fears. Just you in the shadow. Who else can see you fully? You are the only light that there is in your universe. And you are the only one that is able to shine that light on parts that you've had to hide for a long time, or parts of you that you felt ashamed of or were told to suppress. Only you can bring them back into the light. Only you can make your heart whole again. Only you. And it simply starts with the decision to do that. And when you're ready to make that decision, then you also have to be ready to release and let go of all of the jeans that fit too tight, of all of the things that you've outgrown. Yesterday, I did the most deep, intense cleansing ritual I've ever done in my life. I started with sage and Palo Santo and setting my intention, honoring my ancestors and the gratitude and the sacred wisdom that comes with this healing. I did an egg cleanse for the first time, and I warmed up my energy against the egg, and I held the egg to my heart, and I held it in my hands, and I closed my eyes, and I set my intention, and I breathed my intention on the egg. And as I began to rub head to toe, crown chakra, scalp, behind the ears, forehead, eyes, third eye, throat chakra, all the way down every crack and crevice, I began to feel the egg get heavier, and I began to feel my body get lighter, and I began to feel myself release all of the things that were closing out with me, closing out the chapter of age 20, of era 20, of this energy, of this era in my life. I'm now shifting. I've shifted. I'm on a new timeline. I'm on a new frequency. And to be able to be here today and sit in this chair and feel so magnetic when I'm filming this and talking with you, feeling a way I haven't felt before, I had to make sure that I let all of that go. Flush that egg down the toilet. I released it with water. I released it with ash. I was playing sound frequencies, and cleansing music the whole time. I was singing mantras. I released to receive. I forgive myself and I let go. I let it go. And I woke up today without this heaviness in my body and in my heart, and this heaviness that used to lay on this wound of hurt. I don't have that anymore. I'm not holding on to that anymore. I know I don't deserve or need to hold on to that anymore. This birthday has been so symbolic for me and so beautiful for me. And I know more and more, time and time again, as life throws me these emotional turmoils and situations that shock me and trigger me, they always, in the best way, lead me back to myself. They always lead me to these moments. These ones right here. The most sacred moments to me. The ones that fill me the deepest and heal the parts of myself that were wounded for so long. The parts of myself that felt so alone, that were smaller, that shrunk, that wasn't fully herself. This right here is what I always needed. And for so long, I never knew because I kept distracting myself with short-term fixes and validations and short hits of dopamine that I thought were really going to fulfill the core wound that was missing. The fact that I wasn't creating, that I wasn't fulfilling my soul mission, that I wasn't living most authentically and most fully and most whole, that I wasn't making the decisions that my highest self would be making. And those are the decisions that make me the most proud and by default would make the other versions of me proud too. The younger versions of me proud that didn't know better. I'm living in a real reality that I worked really, really hard for by choosing myself over and over and over and over again for years and years and years and years. And so now I get to sit here today and celebrate my birthday in a way that I haven't before, with just so much pride and joy and love and bliss and fulfillment. Real, true fulfillment, not just the kind that you get from, again, getting the most birthday wishes on Snapchat on your birthday. The kind that stays with me every day. The kind that I tap into every day that now makes today feel all the more worth it. It's as simple as that. I love you, 224. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for supporting me, being on this journey with me, for supporting my channel. I will never have the words to express how much gratitude I have for you, for how much this channel means as much to me as I hope it does to you, and from the messages that I receive, that I know how much it means to you and how much it makes me emotional and brings tears to my eyes, and how much I love you and I'm here for you and I'm cheering you on, and how proud I am to share my story with you, because I know that it can bring you to a feeling in a place that I feel now, and I had to learn how to feel on my own. With that being said, I will see you in the next one. And happy birthday to me.